Hi everyone, thanks for joining me. Today's tutorial is going to cover combining images. We're going to take two separate images, combine them together to make a totally new image. In this case, it's going to be a bizarre image. You heard of crab apples? Well, today we're going to be combining images to make a lion apple. I am going to open up the files that I'm going to be using, an apple and a lion. I'm going to go to Windows, Arrange, Float All in Windows, so I can separate the two images I'm going to be working with. So because I'm going to be combining the lion with the apple, I'm going to take the lion and I'm going to drag it over into the apple image. I'll minimize this here so we can have just the one image we're working with. Now I want to align the mouth, because that's what we want from the lion, the mouth. I'm going to align the mouth to the apple. But to make sure I'm doing it properly, I'm going to reduce the opacity of the lion layer, and I'm going to bring it over and align it to about where I want it to be. Okay, right about there. Let me increase the opacity so we can see what we have here. Alright. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to isolate the mouth from the rest of the lion, because the mouth is the only thing that I want. So I'm going to go to my unfavorite magnetic lasso here while I am on the lion image, a layer. And I'm going to isolate the lion's mouth. And with a little luck, I'll do this without making mistakes. Okay, here we go. Isolating the lion's mouth and the lips. And go up around this canine. I'll go down the canine. I'll go around the other area of the mouth. Go around these teeth. Let me make sure I don't get bitten doing this. Go up the other canine. And voila. There we go. I got it. Whew. Alright, now I'm going to, I want to get rid of the rest of the background. I selected the mouth. So what I'm going to go do is go to Select, Inverse. Because I want to deselect the mouth now, which is selecting the background, because that's the thing that I want to get rid of. Delete. There we go. Beautiful. I'm going to arrange the mouth now, again, to where I would really want it to be. And that looks about right here. Now notice there was a little bit of that area down here that was left over. So I'm just going to select that and delete it. No problem. I'll go to Select, Deselect to get rid of that. Okay, so here we go. We have the lion's mouth. We have it arranged where I would like it to be on the apple. The next step is we want to have the apple's mouth up here. Let me get rid of that. We have the apple's mouth, the mouth up here, and we want to bring the apple and warp it out to the edge of the mouth, the upper part, and warp the apple out to the mouth edge, the lower part. I'll bring this mouth back a little bit more so we don't have to do too much warping. There we go. Okay, so here we go. I will select the apple layer. I'm going to go to the regular lasso tool. I'm going to select a portion of the apple on the upper part. Then I'm going to go to Edit, Transform, Warp. And by doing that, before I begin, hold on. Let me copy. We don't want to have mistakes. Hold on. Forgive me here. I'm going to copy and paste. And bring this back into alignment. Now the reason why I did this rather than just select and warp right away is because if you select and just warp right away, you're going to see a space in the apple when you're doing the warping. It's just not going to turn out right. By copying and pasting, you're leaving the original image untouched, and you're only warping the actual portion that you want to warp, and it would come out much nicer that way. So here we go, transform, warp. There we go, and I'm warping the top of the apple out to the edge of the mouth. There we go. If I didn't do the copy and paste right in this area here, let me apply this. Right in this area here, you would actually see a warping and a separation of the apple. You'll see a big hole there. You don't want that. So always remember to copy and paste. Do what I didn't do. Remember to copy and paste. Okay, now we're going to work on the bottom portion of the apple, and we're going to warp that out to the edge of the mouth. Again, I will select the apple layer, and I will select a portion of the apple that I'm going to work with. And this time I'm going to remember to copy and to paste. I will bring this copied apple back into alignment where it should be. There we go. I will go to Edit, Transform, Warp. And now I will warp the bottom portion of the apple out to where I want it to be. There we go. There we go. Now again, remember, I'm doing this pretty quickly so you don't have a very long video to have to watch. This is just to give you an idea what to do, so I'm not going to be as neat as I otherwise would be. Always sacrificing quality and accuracy for time. It's just the way of the world, I guess. The next step I want to do is I want to get rid of this area here, because if it has a mouth, it's not going to have this big area here. So I'm going to go to this layer, the bottom portion. I'm going to select my erase tool, and I'm going to begin to erase the area of the apple down here that I don't want. I will now go to the upper area of the apple that I warped, and I will erase the portion up there that I don't want. Then I will go to the actual apple layer, and I will erase the portion of the apple that I don't want. Okay. Clean this up a little bit. Okay, you can begin to see this shaping up. Alright, I'm going to go to that upper portion again. I will go to Edit, Transform, and Warp just to bring this into a better alignment. There we go. Alright. There we go. Now, what I want to do is clean up the area around the mouth here. It's all jaggedy and raggedy. So I'm going to go to the mouth layer. I will go to my erase tool, and I'll right click, bring up this panel. I'm going to make sure that this is in the feathering area. If you have it set to here, it's going to be too sharp and you'll see a lot of jagged lines when you erase. But when you put it into this diffused area, you're going to notice that it's going to erase with more of a feathered effect, give you a better blending than you otherwise would have. Okay, I'll get rid of this a little bit down there. Maybe I'll go to my smudge tool just to bring that in a little bit. There we go. And we'll go to our erase again, and we will work up here a little bit. Okay, you get the general idea. And of course, again, this is not the most perfect, but it gives you an idea of how to make the lion apple. And once again, I'm sacrificing some quality and some perfection for the sake of time. But you do get the idea of how this works. You get the idea of what it's supposed to look like when it's done. I hope you work on this. I hope you give it a try. I hope you come up with pretty strange things. I mean, it could be a lion's mouth and an apple. It could be a bird's beak with a banana. I mean, just keep working with it. Give it a try. It's a fun thing to do. And if you like what you see here, I ask you to please subscribe. And until I see you again, I bid you happy photoshopping and have fun. Thank you. Bye.